It's a Pooza Thursday, and yeah, man. Today I'm chatting to a guy called Judge, who is a club DJ, and he is known for rocking crowds, at parties, festivals, you name it. He's the man on decks, He's the man with the sets. But he recently released a brand new single, which is a first for him. It's his first single. It's called Just Once, and it's an amazing song. I was rocking it the whole day. It sounds very international. Production is like amazing, clean stuff, clean quality. So today I have him as a guest, and we'll basically, chat about his single, and chat about the inspiration behind it, because the inspiration, the story behind the song, is a very special story, and I think that a lot of people will relate to this story. So Judge will obviously explain what the story is about, and what made him decide to finally release music after being in the game for a while. And yeah, I can't wait to chat to Judge and just him and understand him better, and learn the story on his production, on his DJing, and his love for music. Judge, how are you?
Hey, brother.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Well, I'm just trying to change my, I get my
Yeah,
headphones on, yeah? Give me two
you're
seconds.
on the side.
Give me 2 seconds.
All right. Okay, cool. No worries, man. No worries. So yeah, thank you. If you're watching this for the first time, I'm Andile, aka the journalist, and this platform is all about documenting house culture in South Africa. And my guest today, Judge, is a DJ, and most recently now, he's also a producer, which is very exciting for him, I can imagine. Yeah, and he's trying to, he's adjusting his camera there so that we can see him.
Good to go.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at you like this. It's still
Are you
not
looking the
fine.
other way? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just flip it. Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, good to go. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Finally, are you good, man?
I'm good in yourself, brother.
I'm great. I'm great. I was jamming to your single the whole day today, and it's such a vibe. It's such a vibe. It deserves to be number one on radio charts. But before we get to that, you know,
Yeah.
tell us about Judge, man. Who is Judge, and where you from?
Yeah, so I'm from the Eastern Cape originally, born and bred in East London. So yeah, I've been living in Johannesburg for about 6, almost 7 years now. Yeah, so that's where I come from. But yeah, I've been enjoying Johannesburg. It's been good. Met a lot of interesting people here on the scene. I was able to pursue my passion to become a professional DJ. So it's been really awesome from that
Mm,
perspective. And I think obviously releasing my first single has been really exciting. It's been on the cards for a while now. But yeah, finally we managed to push out the single. So very exciting. It's
mm,
something that I didn't have any specific expectations for the track and the release, but now that it's been released, I've been getting really positive feedback. And
mm,
the other day, one of my ex-colleagues, he sent me a message to say that his kids were humming the song. So that was quite
mm,
cool. It was really nice to get that positive feedback. Because that's why we make music. To
mm.
inspire people, to make people dance, to make people happy. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride so far.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's a very vibey song. So, are you based in Joburg or Eastern Cape?
No, I'm based in Johannesburg. I've been living in Joburg now for 6, almost 7 years now.
Or you're originally from the Eastern Cape?
Yeah, I'm from East London in the Eastern Cape. So I was born and I grew up in East London. I finished my last 3 years of school at Queen's College in the Eastern Cape, and then I studied in and I worked in Port Elizabeth for about 7 years. Back to East London for a bit, and then I moved to Canada. And yeah, it feels like a Josie forever though. It's been really awesome. A lot of cool people. Yeah, and a lot of fun in Johannesburg. You know.
No, the reason why I'm asking is that, I want to know, like, growing up in the Eastern Cape, how is the music scene like there, especially like for house music? Is there a house music culture that side?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, back in give my age away now. Back in 2002, that's when my first year of university there. Um, and I think I was really fortunate to be exposed to a great house music scene. In fact, in my opinion, and I think many people will agree with me, in those years, I said probably from 2002 to 2007, 2008 was sort of a golden period for house music in South Africa, and Port Elizabeth was really a sort of a holy grail for DJs and for a lot of people who like house music and specifically underground house music. So I had the pleasure of meeting a really lot of great DJs there. I'm sure you know. He's been in Johannesburg for a while now. His brother Jay Bhana and I, we used to play in a live house music act called the Repercussionists. We actually play over his music, and I used to do a lot of the track selection as well. But a lot of great DJs from that area, Easy E, Derek Jumper, some really good names, Monai Monroe, Monai Monroe Manik. A lot of great clubs there as well. What was really awesome was that we had smaller sort of groove bars and lounge vibes, cafes, which where ladies would be dressed up in the heels and the dresses, and everybody would be dressed in shirts and stuff, and like a really cool vibe, that really went along with that genre of ours. So, we had some really good times in Port Elizabeth, and I think a lot of the DJs have gone on to make big successes of themselves. If I look at, he's moved to Australia and he's lighting up the scene there in Sydney, and so it's been really cool to have met a lot of those guys. We still keep in touch and still supporting each other from afar as well. Obviously, with the pandemic, it's been interesting to see how a lot of my DJ friends have reinvented themselves and continue to pursue music.
Wow. That's very interesting, man. But interesting thing about, your song that you just released is that you chose to work with family, So for those that might not know, who worked on the song, who's on the vocals, who's behind production.
Yeah, I worked with my two cousins, with Lauren and with Dillon Bhana on the track. So Dillon's the man behind the production, and the lady on vocals in the track is my cousin Lauren. I'm actually on vocals track.
Oh, is that you? That's dope.
Yeah, I'm a vocalist on the track, and I think a lot of people, when I tell them I'm the main vocalist, they're like, "Really? Is that you? Can you sing?" Because most people just know that I'm a DJ. They've just seen me DJ, and some people have seen me play the drums or the percussion. But yeah, from that perspective, I come from a very musical family, so it was really cool to work with my cousin Dillon. He's a very talented musician and producer. And Lauren's obviously got a beautiful voice. So yeah, we just decided to do a track which would be firstly a house music signature, but which would also have a sort of pop elements in it, which is why you can see we've got a verse, pre-chorus, chorus structure in the track, and we really wanted something that would sound good on radio, something that people would sing along to, and also something that would be uplifting. So if somebody's sitting in traffic on their way home, or dropping the kids off in the morning at school and they hear the track, that everyone in the car would want to dance to. So that was really what we were aiming for. And obviously, the song's very vocally driven, and it's got a very solid bass line to it as well. So quite happy with that for the first track. Yeah, it's, we obviously did this edit of the track is a radio edit. So hopefully mixes are coming out in future. I know a lot of my friends who are producers and DJs have asked to remix the track, but look out for that one. That will be quite cool. Probably doing some more sort of underground remixes my cousin Lauren's also quite fond of Amapiano, so you never know. Maybe there'll be some sort of Amapiano remix in future as well.
Well, you know what? I think that will be very, very interesting, to hear an Amapiano rendition, And,
Yeah.
I can't wait for maybe, you should do like a DJ package, select a few DJs to remix
Yeah.
the song. That will be very, very interesting. But now, obviously, and also, oh, by the way, shout out to you guys for the production quality. The song, it's very well engineered. It's very smooth. I can tell that whoever was doing like the engineering work there, knew what they were doing. So, obviously, you have a great response from your first single. So, what does this mean? I know obviously you're gonna maybe do some remixes for the DJs for this particular song, but what does this mean for your career moving forward? Is music video, EP, album, like what's the rest of the year looking like?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of getting up on stage and singing the song live, it's like I love people. I love making people dance. But I won't be the first to jump up on the stage and grab a mic and want to perform in that regard. I actually, I'm very laid back in that way. But I think one of the one of the things that I really would like to do next is release an EP, maybe with 2 tracks on it, besides the remixes. It's important nowadays. You can't just be a normal DJ. You have to be releasing your own music. And I mean, I've quite a few of my friends that are producers and DJs as well, and a lot of the guys say that they become bored with DJing, as an example. But I always say to them, you have to respect the craft. Somebody's got to make the record, somebody's got to play them, and it's also really how you make records that makes a big difference. You can give me 10 tracks, and you can give somebody else 10 tracks, and we put the set together in a very different way and bring that music to life very differently. So I think from that perspective, I mean, obviously, I'm looking at doing some other collaborations with some other artists. I've been having some discussions and looking forward. But to be honest, we did this track in October last year, and we decided to until February. I'm sure you read the press release. So when we did the track over that weekend in October, it was actually, we went down for my cousin's birthday, and that was actually the last time that I saw my uncle. He passed on 6 weeks later from COVID. So that's Lauren and Dillon's dad. I mean, he was a father to me. So it's quite a sentimental track in that regard. Where that was the last time I physically was in my uncle's presence. We had some really deep and meaningful conversations that weekend, and there's some things that he spurred me on to do in my life, which I've since started, and those things are going extremely well. Some very exciting projects that I'm working on in the music industry, specifically focused at giving DJs, a platform to be successful. And there's some more news of that in the future, but we'll probably launch with that around the 1st of April. But we've been working long hours to make that. But I think in terms of the music side of things, definitely want to release more music. Obviously, the track's still going to receive radio play as well, and I'm really hoping that take off on radio. So I think over the next 2 months we'll give the track some space to breathe, and hopefully we'll get the right amount of responses and the right reactions and support from people out there. I think music was a big part of getting through lockdown, and for me, if I can just bring people some joy and music, then I think we would have achieved a lot.
Well, condolences to you, brother, and your family.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's obviously a very, very important song to you, and I have no doubt in my mind that it's gonna do well. So you strike me as like a festival type of DJ. So ideally, what's the ideal festival that what's your dream festival that's like on your checklist that you're like, yo, if I can play at this festival, I made it as a DJ, and why that particular festival?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I mean, something that festival I'd really like to play at. I know most people would say Coachella and maybe even Tomorrowland, but I believe I'm a house head, and so I'm always a purist when it comes to house music. And for me, you know, the festival I'd really like to play at is Defected Croatia. I mean, Defected happens over 5 days in Tuzla, Croatia. It's all at the ocean, the boat parties, and you've literally got 5,000 house heads partying like for 5 days. You know, so I think for me, just because of the fact that you've got 5,000 kids, you know, it's not like maybe a Tomorrowland where a lot of people that might go to Tomorrowland are just going for the hype and just to say that, you know, they've been at Tomorrowland. You know, a Defected Records event is really something that would attract the house purists, you know. So definitely that event, you know, hopefully if ADE still happens this year, I'd like ADE in Amsterdam, something really cool. And then also the happens, but that normally happens around May every year. That's Solomon. It's his label, and you guys like Stimming play at that festival. You know, so it's about going where the music takes you. You know, so I mean, locally I've had the pleasure of playing at H2O, which was quite an experience on its own. But yeah, definitely some of those international festivals. You know, Ultra as well. I mean, these are all goals that you need to. I think releasing my own music is really part of.
Okay, and then second last question. Obviously it's lockdown now. We know that, you know, not a lot of gigs are happening. But where can people find you? Are you streaming online? Can you hear me? I lost the sound there. I can't hear you. I don't know if people that are watching can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. No, it's fine then. Can people on the comments wave if they can hear me? I don't know what happened. Like, I can see you, but I can't hear you anymore. Flip. No, it's fine. It's fine, brother. I was going to ask you like 2 last questions anyway. So, I lost him there. Okay, people can hear me. Okay, I just lost his audio. I just had like 2 last questions for Judge. But let's just wait for him. Maybe he'll come back. If he doesn't, though, thank you so much for tuning in. I was just going to ask him, you know, where can people check out his sets, like now because there's lockdown, whether he's streaming online or if he's going to be playing at certain venues. But yeah, he's requesting now. So yeah, let's just wait for him to.
Sorry about that.
No, we lost just your audio, but it's fine. I just have 2 last questions.
Bad.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I wanted to find out, like, obviously it's the lockdown now. So some DJs are just streaming online, some are doing like small parties. So where can people find you?
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing at I've had a residency at the Ivy Champagne Garden in Bedford View for the last 3 years. I've been playing there. So and I think that's a nice venue to come and experience my sound, because I normally do 3-hour sets there. And it's a beautiful venue. Some of the best sunsets in Johannesburg. You know, so hopefully now that some of the lockdown restrictions have been lifted, we'll start to see some of the other venues, Altitude Beach I play at as well. You know, start to really open up a bit more. But I think, yeah, I mean, Altitude Beach is definitely a great venue. I played the New Year's Eve in 2019. The end of 2019, and I mean, we had 1,800 people there. Little did we know what 2020 was going to bring us. But I think if the Ivy is a great venue for people to come and see. I mean, they open and they have DJs there now as well. Obviously, all the protocols are observed in terms of the restaurant protocols they have to comply with. Also, I've got some mixes that are released online on my Mixcloud. I've also done a brand refresh, so you know my DJ alias I've changed from Judgy to Judge. You know, but if you just search my name, Justin Sharnik, on either SoundCloud or Mixcloud, you'll find me there. I've got some mixes that everybody can listen to and download if they want to. And yeah, obviously you can just check my socials out, you know, as when I get gigs. There's a couple of new venues that are opening in Johannesburg as well, that I've been in contact with, where I'll be announcing some new residencies in future. and that's really exciting, because having a residency allows you to curate a sound that people can become familiar with, and to have an experience, that they know is repeatable and enjoyable. So look out on the socials.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. By the way, I've been to the venue. What's it called? Ivy. Ivy, what, in Bedford View, right?
The Ivy Champagne Garden, yeah, it's in Bedford View.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful gem in Joburg. It's got a beautiful view of the east and that side. It's a beautiful restaurant as well. So yeah, man, I'll come
The
check it
food's
out.
really good.
So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with your future projects, brother.
Thanks, brother. Nice chatting to you. Keep well. Cheers.
Bye. Good night.